Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today I am doing my weekly plan with me video. So let's get started. These are the two planners I have. This is one I made out of a Dave Austin Roses catalog with some shelf paper and some other catalogs and bits and pieces. And this is a gallon leather with a Nolte cover and some Etsy stickers. I will link these products and a playlist of how I made this in the description box below, along with all the other mediums I'm going to be using to get this video going. So let's get started. We are wrapping up June, and I'm going to go backwards in time. This is a sepia micron. Again, I'll link this in the description box below. I hope you can see this. My screen's so tiny, I never know. So this was a low-buy haul video, which seems to be pretty popular, as haul videos tend to be. And we are at week 22. This is week 22? Let me see. Does that mean we're doing week 23? Time is absolutely flying. So yes, this was a week 22 video, which means we are currently working on week 23. And we're gonna go backwards in time. So I drew an octopus, which was tons of fun. Highly recommend. There's such a fun animal. I did a cockatoo for bird lovers. I did a cat with birds. If you want to see my individual illustrations of what I'm creating each day, I post them as I create them up on my Instagram. That's also linked in the description box below. I did a vessel study. So I drew a bunch of vases and cups. It's like as many as I could fit on an A4 size, which is about a standard US size of paper, 8.5 by 11 kind of. I did a landscape. It was a pastel landscape with an owl. I don't know that this one was successful, but it was a ton of fun to do. And that's kind of fun. So I did a discus fish. I never draw a fish, but my youngest daughter was like, you need to draw a fish. And I was like, okay, well, I'll try it. So I grabbed my colored pencils and I gave it a whirl. It was wild. And then I did ink clouds. So I tried to do clouds rolling in with one ink pen. It's kind of moody. I like it. I dig it. So this is what I created every day. Let's go to my other planner. I know. Next year in 2026, I will be done with this. I'm probably not going to create another one, FYI. I'm just going to stick to this one and how I have this one going. I haven't filled out my June notes page, but you can see, boy, that's really pale. It's a Copic multi-liner in warm gray. It's the ink equivalent of a pencil. But here's like my main notes, and here's what I thought and felt after creating and filling a sketchbook. So I really like this format, but what I think I'm going to do for June is I'm going to have probably 3 pages to get me on track. Like there's 52 weeks in a year, and I'm doing sort of 4-week spreads, like 1, 2, 3, 4 per month. And it's kind of rolling a little off. So this is June, but it's May 19th. And so the second one I did is to June 1st. So I think I'm going to have 6 for June, 3 pages, and that'll get me on track a little bit better through the year. And then again in July, I'm going to switch from portraits, which is what I've been doing, to animals. So if there's a specific animal you want or you're interested, let me know. I'm going to do, I think, a funny face just because I'm in a mood. And then for the last spread in a couple weeks, I think I'll do sort of transition images that'll have a person and an animal together. I think I can pull that off. I'm not sure. I never know what I can and can't do. So let's make notes. So this one was over on this side. We'll put the illustration over here. I drew, boy, I did a bunch of animals. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 animal drawings. Is rolling clouds considered a landscape? I'm going to say 2 landscapes. but I'm really trying to incorporate more pastel landscapes. That's the pastel set I bought, and I never used it for landscapes, and I'm trying to be better at doing that. And then one vessel study. It helps with symmetry. So I'm not the best at making sure things are perfectly aligned because I do a lot of portraits and I don't feel like people are perfectly symmetrical. And that's kind of what I like about drawing people. Like, people are so unique in the face. That makes them beautiful. This is just a pilot. This will be linked below. So yeah, so my practice with drawing things perfectly symmetrical is bad. So I did a vessel study. And this is a week 22 video. But it's good to practice, and there's no way I can improve unless I do random things like that once in a while. And this was a low-buy art supply haul video, which YouTube is definitely pushing to people, which is fine. Hello, new subscribers. I'm happy you're here. I am going to zoom in a little bit so when I go to draw, we can see this better together. All right, now you can see this a little bit better and you can see how pale this is. I'm just, the Hobonichi with the labels and the grids, it's just too obtrusive and I'm ready to move on from it. And that's why I turned this gallon leather, which, you know, they're 400 pages. I'm using it one-sided. A lot of my products bleed and ghost, and you can see, and I'm perfectly okay with that. So doing it one-sided, especially when I add like water and wet media, I don't have to worry about what this is going to do to the next page, which is really, really nice. So some of these, you know, I don't think too many of them have gotten wonky, but like this one, when you add water over water-soluble inks that weren't technically labeled as like watercolor pens or anything, they tend to get a little weird. So you can see, like, I did a gouache layer over ink, and while it looks absolutely stunning because I love gold, and this one has silver watercolor, you can really see the bleeding. So I could create on top of this and just do something that's drier media and it would be totally fine, but I'm not. I'm doing one-sided. It's mine, I spent the money, it's how I'm gonna do it. Okay, so let's draw something fun. Now these are two new pens that I picked up. I've never owned these before. So this is pastel green. This is the Pilot G2 in 07, and this is neon apricot. So I thought we would pastel green today, and then next Monday we can neon apricot, and you can see how fun these are. I'm gonna grab a pencil board and close my door real quick. Sorry about that. Our dog gets so super excited when the mailman comes. Like, she adores the mailman beyond all measure. So, and he's so sweet with her, but we have to make sure that, like, she takes it down a couple notches. She's a big girl. She's a part Mastiff. She's a Connie Corso German Shepherd mix. She's 110 pounds of, I love you. Do you love me? I really love you. You can see, boy, is that showing up? It's really pale. I dig it. I have to say, I've done one illustration with this. So the octopus I did yesterday, I'll throw up a picture. I used both pens, sort of. I was a cheat with the neon. I don't really own a lot of neon products, but I've been kind of in a mood, so we'll see. Anyway, I don't own a ton of neon. I'm just trying to keep the page down. Maybe I'll move that. It's a little, my pencil board's a little tired. It's okay, pencil board, we still love you. The only pencil board I have is this one, and it's like a traveler's size shape. And I kind of think at some point I'll probably need one that's more A5, like the 5x8 size for how I work. See, I'm pressing kind of hard. This doesn't have, I'll tell you right now, in case you're wondering what is she doing. This doesn't have the same lay down as their traditional standard colored pens that they've had forever and ever. So you have to work a little bit more for the opacity. Like, you can get the opacity, you just have to sort of do more layers on top of each other. And it's probably the ink formula. So ink formulas for pastels and neons and things are really, really difficult. White ink formulas are really, really difficult. Like, those are just really hard for pen companies to create and put together. I have a whole video about Pilot pens. Like, at one point they had a race car. I will link that video if you're curious about the history of Pilot pens. I don't know why I love them so much. They're so reliable, and they don't gum up, and they're just not like a Bic pen where sometimes the ink comes out a little thicker, sometimes it's a little thinner, sometimes you have a blot where you first put it down, or the first stroke that you go to write. Like, these don't do that. So I love them. I've noticed that with these different formulas, when they get into specialty inks, it goes the same with the metallics. I have one in there metallic. I have a metallic blue. My daughter has a metallic pink I've never used, and I might borrow that from her. It's the same thing for the metallics. The inks aren't 100% reliable. Like, you have to work harder for them. So if you don't like that, if you don't like having to put in a little bit of extra work, then those probably just stick to the standard formulas of pens, like just their basic kind of colors. However, if you're a big fan of pastels and neons and y'all want to get weird with it and you're interested in trying all the things, just take my review with a grain of salt. You have to put in a little bit more time. I just want to make sure that you can see this. Everything's so much lighter on my camera when I record that sometimes I wonder, like, can I see what I'm doing? I could barely see what I'm doing. Anyway, but you can see the ink line, and there's a little bit of like the liquid that helps push the pressure to get it go down into the component. These are just a fun pen. If you have like a really decent office supply store or art store, they may sell these individual. I know these come in packs that can be pricey. I'm not. I try not to buy too many sets, because then I end up with things that I don't love. And that's kind of one of the pitfalls of sets. And I don't like owning anything I don't love. So I just can't use it enough, you know? So you spend a little bit more sometimes buying things individually. You don't get that bulk set price. But I made sure that my art supply inventory are things that I use and I love and I'm making work. There are some things I own that I won't purchase again. And I kind of had to go through, I had to buy a lot of things to go, okay. And then I had to create and go, yeah, this just doesn't work for the size. This doesn't work for the feel. This isn't what I thought it was. Or maybe the quality has changed over the years. I know the pandemic did a bunch of things with different companies trying to source different pigments and make sure that they can still get stuff available to them. And so a lot of things have like changed. And it's not always for the better. It's just the reality of the situation. So I mean no disrespect. I just mean like the factual truth of, like, sometimes things change and you have to go with it, and if you don't like where it's at, then move on from it. So there are some art supplies I have that aren't the complete right fit for what I know about myself now. And it took years to sort of, I mean, maybe you don't know what you love yet. Maybe you're starting out, or maybe it's just a hobby and, you know, it's kind of to your fancy and it's not a serious thing. But I create a lot. I do a lot of commissions. I do a lot of different things. And with some of that, I don't really show my commissions. In case you're like, I want to see. I don't really show my commissions. They're very personal. A lot of times they're portraits of kids. And kids can't consent. I have 3 kids. Our eldest just turned 17. Our twins are 14. I'm very protective of children. I am full mama bear. Like, I am. So when it comes to like online content and pictures of kids and stuff, I don't post. I don't do that. It is up to the person I've created the commission for. If they want to on their stuff, I tell them not even to tag me. You don't have to tag me that I've done the art for you. I'm not completely comfortable with public images of young children online. So, because there are people out there that aren't the best people. So I just say, don't worry about it. You do what's right for you and your family. And I just show my sketchbook images because the sketchbooks are the fun things that I get to do for me, that either I'm working on trying to get better at a specific concept, at an idea, at a subject matter, if I'm just trying to get more proficient with a medium or get to know a different surface. Like, there's a bunch of things. So I just don't worry about the commissions. You know, obviously, like pets and stuff, that's different. I don't even show pets. Like, I've done pet commissions for, you know, dogs and cats and stuff. I don't really show those. So I'm kind of private for as public as I am talking about all the things like art related and my journey, which is really strange talking about what you do and don't buy. And I know the topic of money can be really, really difficult for people. And I totally respect that if you have to bow out when I mention prices and stuff. But yeah, I just don't show that stuff. Like, I just take it very personally that that's your private life and your private business, and I don't show anybody's business. I barely show my business. So I don't really show pictures of myself. I just don't. Yeah, the internet's kind of a strange place where people feel inclined to tell you their opinion about you, and it's interesting. So I just try and protect everyone. Yes, I will do a commission for you. I will charge you for it. But I won't talk about it and I won't post it. So that's kind of a strange thing, isn't it? That's okay. People are used to my shenanigans, and some people really like the privacy. Like, they appreciate that, especially with like babies and stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why some people are strange when it comes to making comments. So if you have a public profile and you're posting pictures of kids and stuff and you're getting weird comments, maybe make it private or something, or make certain posts just for family only. The internet's a strange place. So I don't even post these, which, you know, these are just for any folks that want to hop in and sort of weekly draw with me, weekly plan with me, or just like planner content. I don't post these online anywhere. This is just for you and I. Can you see that? She's doing the cross-eyed thing to be silly. I like funny faces on Monday. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. We need to do sort of a weird shadow situation for the nose. Yeah, there's our dog. Her name's Sunflower. Again, she says hi. We're getting a bunch of packages too. There's just a lot of stuff distracting her today, poor baby. And she's trying to behave. I can totally tell she's trying to behave. But she's got things to say, and she's of the breed that guards. So, yep. And I know for a fact that the deer have been through our front yard already this morning. And so she really wants to protect us from the deer. She doesn't understand like how they move and how they hop. And it alarms her sometimes, especially the babies. She really worries about the babies. Like, she doesn't go near the ones, you know, the bucks and the stuff with antlers and the bigger ones, but the babies concern her. So she's been known to rescue birds. If you see a bird in my dog's mouth, it's not because she wants to chew on the bird, it's because the bird needs help. So she's pulled birds from bird netting and like rescued them. The first time she did it, I was like, what are you doing? Please don't eat that bird. But she was rescuing it, so her dog's just a big, big baby. And people think she's a lab because she's just a big black dog. And they're like, wow, she's so pretty. Is she a lab? But she is too big. Yeah, no, she's not. She's not a lab. So, yeah, people are fun. I've had a few people think she was a bear from a distance. Like, oh my gosh, I thought she was a bear. I'm like, no. One, I would never own a bear. That's weird. Don't do it. Let wild animals be wild. And two, Why would you have it on a leash and expect it to perform and act like a dog? Like, there's so many things about that that just, I just looked at them and I was like, no, no, no. People are adorable. And our dog, like, she understands sometimes that she's big, and she really triggers if your dog is like, if your dog's very reactive and has trouble with large dogs, like my dog would definitely scare them and set them off, and she doesn't mean to, and it always confuses her. Like, what'd I do? I'll just sit here and then wait for them to stop barking at me, and it'll be fine. And sometimes dogs don't stop barking at her. Okay, there's my silly face. Can you see that? Oh, I went weird with it. Silly face Monday. I mean, if you're having like a rough Monday, just my thoughts are with you. I hope it gets easier. If you're having a slow, gentle Monday, yay, I'm here for it. Let's do that. I'm gonna pull some little bird silhouettes out, like they're coming out of the hair or something, just to fill this little space. Okay. All right, so this is my illustration for the week. I hope this photographs and you can see this all right. It's kind of wonky. It's kind of fun. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.